Welcome back, guys. It's Friday and do we have a tasty recipe for you this week? It's spicy potato dumplings. When you make these Aloo Bonda, you're going to want to make a lot. We're going to make 12 in this recipe today, and believe me, they're so moorish. Once you eat one, you want more of them. They're great as an appetizer, a starter, a side dish, or part of a vegetarian thali. So let's get into the cooking. How do we make these amazing tasting potato dumplings, these Aloo Bonda? Well, we do it in 3 stages. 1, we make our masala mix with our onions and our garlic and ginger, and we fry that in the pan. That's what we'll do first. 2nd, we crumble up our potatoes, we mix the spices with the potatoes and some other ingredients, and then 3rd, we make our batter and we deep fry them. So let's go to our first stage. A pan that's heating on the stove, a nice and hot pan. We're gonna add about a chef's spoon of vegetable oil, about 3 tablespoonfuls of vegetable oil to the pan. Cumin seeds, just temper them in the oil. They're just starting to sizzle. About 45 seconds will be enough. Next in with our green chilies. Just cook them for about 30 seconds or so. And then next with our onion. I'm gonna go in with our fresh ginger. So we can now add in the garlic. And we just want that garlic to brown. Okay, we can see that our garlic is looking nice and brown. It's not too dark. It's just going brown at the edges where we want it to be. Now in with our powdered spices, we have our amchur powder, our red chili powder, and a garam masala. Once that's done, we can set this pan aside, turn off the gas, and we'll now go to our next stage. So we have our cold, pre-boiled potatoes. We don't want these potatoes to be too soft. We want them sort of parboiled, so it's in between firm and soft, really, so that they break, but they're not like too crumbly. Now we just want to break these up with our hands. Make sure your hands are nice and clean, and break these potatoes up. We're not mashing them. That's not what we're looking for. We do want texture. We want pieces of potato in our dumplings, so we just break the potato up with our fingers. Essentially, you're looking for something like that. So our next phase is to add in, we add in our teaspoon of salt, our fresh coriander, and the juice of half a lemon. Just mix this all together. Let's mix together well. So we should end up with something like this. Now with our batter, we're looking for something that is the consistency of thick custard. So we're going to go more by feel than measurement, but essentially put about a cupful, maybe a cup and a half, of besan flour in a bowl. We add to that our turmeric and our ajwain seeds or carom seeds, and half a teaspoon of salt. Just mix those together. We've mixed this well. And now we're gonna add the water in. So just make a little well in the middle there, like that. Just pour a little bit of the water, not too much. And then just bring the besan into the water and mix it around. And as that gets quite thick, we can just add a little bit more. We're doing it in stages so that we can get a feel for the right consistency we're looking for. And it really is by feel, guys. You just really want to just keep doing this until you get about half a bowl full, because we're going to need a fair bit of batter because we're making quite a number of dumplings with our 600 grams of potato. So just keep on adding water and besan, mixing it together until we get about half a bowl. Okay, so we're going to make our dumplings. We've got our potato and spice mixture here. We've got our besan because we're just going to lightly flour the surface to make our dumplings, and we've got a plate to put the dumplings on once we've rolled them out. So essentially, just take a little bit of the besan flour and just flour the surface like so, and your hands. And then what we want to do is take a dessert spoon, heaped dessert spoon amount, about that, like that, and then put that into your hand, and you really just want to squeeze that into a ball. It's got to be pressed together, and you will end up with something like that. A nice round ball, and then just pop that on our plate. Our next stage, we have our karahi dish heating on the stove, so the oil is nice and hot, and then we've got our potato, dumplings and batter. Essentially what we want to do is to take our dumplings, dip them in the batter, and then go straight into our karahi dish. How do we know our oil is hot enough to fry our dumplings? We'll take a little bit of the batter off a spoon, just drip it in. And as you can see, it's floating to the top, which tells us that our oil is hot enough. You take a dumpling, you drop it in the batter, make sure it's completely coated in the batter, drain off the excess, and then just drop it in the oil. I would suggest no more than about 6 in the pan at a time. Just make sure that you toss them so they can fry evenly. Usually take about 3 minutes to cook a batch of 6, just turning them occasionally till they're nice and golden brown. So we've got some lemon just to garnish it there. Squeeze a little bit of lemon, makes it really nice, adds a nice tang to these. And then take one of your dumplings like this. They are actually nice when they're cold, these, but you can have them when they're warm. You don't want them hot because they might break away and the filling will be really hot inside, so let them cool down a little bit before you serve them. But I think these are really nice cold. So then just take a dumpling, dip it in your dipping sauce, your tamarind, take a bite. Wow, these are so good. They really are. You've got to make these. Well, let me know what you think about it once you've made it, because I'm sure you're going to absolutely love that. These will become a staple in your house once you've made them the first time. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, happy currying.